Am I in the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me for your one-stop shop in all the latest and greatest when it comes to entertainment news and television movies and non-spoiler reviews. This is where you come on a week-by-week basis. It is season 29. It is episode 9. Tonight's show is titled Better in Every Way. We're going to be breaking down the news from October the 30th through today, November the 5th. That's right, it is November the 5th. Today is voting day. You're hitting the polls, you're voting. Is it Donald Trump? Is it Kamala Harris? Whichever way you go, make sure you vote. I hope you all got out there and did your thing. But we ain't here to talk politics. We are here to talk entertainment news. That's right, TV and movies. Got a couple movies to talk about. Couple quick TV show notes to talk about, and then, of course, our news of the week. So let's jump right on into it. Guys, I did not go to the theaters this past weekend. There was really nothing for me to see. Right? Yeah, there was nothing for me to see. It was a quiet weekend at the box office, and I stayed at home. But I did watch something that I have been dying to see for quite some time. Was never able to make it to the theater to see this. And now, after watching it at home, I'm really sad I did not see this in the theater. I finally got a chance to watch The Substance. This was a quiet little movie that came out at the end of September. Got a lot of buzz, all the little film festivals. Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid. About substance. A substance that could make you better in every way. That's right. Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? You, only better in every way. Try the product. It's called The Substance. Um, Man, from the first time I saw the trailer to this movie, I was like, I'm in. Unfortunately, I could not find anybody to go to the theater to see this damn thing with me, which was really unfortunate because I heard nothing but great things and I was dying to see it. It just hit streaming in this past week. It's streaming on an app called Mubi. Never ever heard of this app before. I was like, what the hell is a Mubi? But it's an app. And that's the streaming home of The Substance. Lucky for me, Mubi offers a 7-day free trial before you have to pay $15 a month. So I did the free trial, I watched The Substance, and then I canceled Mubi because it is a horrible streaming service. I don't, like I said, never heard of it before. And after watching The Substance, I kind of scrolled through to see what else they had in their library. I didn't recognize a damn other title that was on there. Yeah, it was pretty rough. So yeah, I canceled that out, but it allowed me to watch The Substance, and I'm very thankful for Mubi to give me a free trial so I could watch this movie finally. Guys, I was floored by this movie. Floored. If Demi Moore does not get any awards consideration at the end of the year, something is wrong. Margaret Qualley. I mean, if you didn't know her before this movie, you damn sure know her now. She was great in this, and I am madly in love. Dennis Quaid does his thing, but this movie is about Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. Demi Moore is kind of like a fitness instructor. She is super popular, but she's in the later years of her life, right? And people are starting to kind of turn away from her. They're starting to say, hey, we want the younger version. We want someone that's more vibrant. We want to, turn the audience to that younger demographic. And she finds out about the substance, which promises to make the younger version of yourself, right? To make you better in every way. But you got to follow rules, man. This thing's very Gremlin style, right? Like you got rules to follow, you got to do certain things, and if you don't, I'm just gonna say things might not go your way if you don't follow the instructions. This is kind of a horror movie. It's got science fiction aspects. It's a drama. It's a body horror for sure. And that's as much as I can say, man. I want to talk so much about this movie, but I have to hold back for non-spoiler. I don't want to give anything away. Again, what I'm going to say is this movie is a roller coaster ride. You are I was locked in. Sometimes when I'm watching a movie at home, it's really hard because there's so much other stuff going on and I constantly pick up my phone and I'm always looking at things. I was locked in, man. This movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think. And I was locked in the entire time. Nothing else mattered during this time. And that's really because of the performances of Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. I was just so locked and loaded to this movie and the adventure that it took me on. It's shot so beautifully. It's just got such a cool visual look to it. And the way it unfolds, I cannot praise it enough, man. There is a negative to it though, and I'm gonna tell you, the last 20-25 minutes of this movie kind of goes off the rails. It really does. Um, if the movie would have ended 20 minutes earlier, before one more decision is made in this movie, I think it would have been phenomenal. This probably would have been a 5-star movie. It tries to take another swing at the end, and it just didn't work for me. Um, it really took away from what the first 2 hours did. It's still a really strong movie, but those last 20 minutes bogged it down and made it a little, you know. I really want to talk about it so bad. But yeah, you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, I give this substance 4 out of 5 stars. It is still awesome. It is still highly recommended, but I'm warning you, just when you think the movie's over, it goes on for about another 20 minutes and it takes another turn, and it just didn't really work for me. So but the rest of the movie truly works. So if you get a chance, watch The Substance. If you're looking for a way to stream it, sign up for that free trial, baby. Go on Mubi, Mubi, and sign up. Watch the movie and then cancel your subscription. There you go. All right, that is The Substance. Another movie I caught up on over the weekend was In a Violent Nature. It was Halloween last week. I was trying to watch a scary movie. I think I actually watched this on Halloween night. I've been waiting to see this one. It is now streaming on AMC Plus. Decided to check it out. This one here is like a serial killer who kind of comes back to life after he's been dead for so long. Um, and it's kind of shot from his perspective. I thought that was intriguing. I wasn't a big fan of the trailer, but I've heard some people talk highly about this, seen others say it sucks. So I had to find out for myself. I checked it out, and it's very blah. I didn't really care for this at all. It was a slug to get through, and it's only an hour and a half long. It just kind of treads, it doesn't do anything special. It's not something that I'm dying to see more of or see this character more of. It's got some moments in it, but overall, it didn't really work for me. So I give In a Violent Nature 2 out of 5 stars there. So not going to waste much time on that one because it's really not worth it. All right, switching gears on over to the TV side, I just want to shout out a couple things. Agatha All Along is now finished. The finale aired last week. The final two episodes, episode 8 and 9, um, hell of a show. Really, really solid show. And hats off to Catherine Hahn, who I thought just was so amazing in this. Aubrey Plaza really killed it. Joe Locke really killed it. I mean, really, everybody was so phenomenal in this, but Catherine Hahn really leads the charge. And this was a really solid show. For a show that was a spin-off of another show that a lot of people said, why are you even making this? It doesn't quite make sense. The show made sense, and it was a fun little ride. So big hats off to this, and it does open the door to some other things in the MCU, and I can dig it. So big thumbs up here for Agatha All Along. If you've been waiting to binge this one till it was over, it's over now. Go check it out, Disney Plus. And lastly, I just want to shout out a cool little game show, man. If you like game shows and you want to really turn on the brain buzzers, um, check out the show The Floor. This is hosted by Rob Lowe. It's actually two seasons. Season one was last year into earlier this year, and then season two is actually still currently airing right now. Um, what's funny about this show is that clips of it were playing on my TikTok, and the clips that were playing were two people going head to head, and images were flashing on a screen of logos or animals or wrestlers or movies and just different categories. And they're going back and forth naming what's on the screen. And I thought it was actually really, really interesting. And then after I saw about six clips of this, I was like, what the hell show is this? And I found out it is this show called The Floor. Lucky for me, both seasons were streaming on Hulu, and then I ended up going down a rabbit hole and streaming all of season one and two over the weekend on Hulu. But it's fun, man. It's fun for the whole family. It's a fun, just kind of like you said, you just kind of get your brain going and keep things pumping. It's easy to watch, and I really dug it. So I just wanted to kind of shout it out. If you like game shows, check out The Floor. Season one is fully available now. Season two is about halfway done, and then airs on Fox and then Hulu the next day. So there you go. So again, The Substance, 4 out of 5 stars. In a Violent Nature, 2 out of 5 stars. Agatha All Along over on Disney Plus, big thumbs up. And The Floor over on Hulu, seasons one and two. God bless you. Excuse me. Okay, let's get on over to our box office. Coming in at number 10, it's Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Number 9 is Sing 'em Again. Number 8 is Boo Bulia 3. Number 7 is Terrifier 3. Number 6 is We Live in Time. Number 5 was the big new release of the weekend. It's Robert Zemeckis' new Tom Hanks film Here. Didn't do very well. Only coming in number 5 with 4.8 million. Number 4 is Conclave. Number 3 is Smile 2. Number 2 is The Wild Robot. And number 1 once again, Eddie. It's Venom, The Last Dance. Now, what I love about Venom keeping up that number one spot 2 weeks in a row is all the haters that came out last week after its debut week when it underperformed a little bit and said, this movie is a bomb. This movie is not making any money. This movie is going to lose the studio money. This movie, blah, 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 blah. This movie is going to have a massive week 1 to week 2 drop. It's going to drop 70 to 80%. Venom the Last Dance only dropped 49%. That is so low for a comic book movie. It really overperformed this past weekend with only a 49% drop. It made another almost $26 million. It's already made 90 million in just the 2 weeks here in the United States, but overseas, it's already made a couple hundred million over there. The movie's already made close to $400 million worldwide, which is incredible. The movie was made on a $120 million budget. Sorry guys, as much as you want to hate on it, this movie is a hit. So to all the haters out there, why don't you wait and see how it plays out first before you start talking a little smack. So congratulations to Venom the Last Dance. All right, with that stuff out the way, let's get into the news of the week. So, guess who's back? It is Paris and Nicole. This is two people I never thought would be back on television, but Paris and Nicole, the encore, that's right, arrives December 12th over on Peacock. We have the new trailer for F. Mary Kill. This stars Lucy Hale, and it hits theaters on December 6th. We have the new official trailer for Paddington in Peru. This hits theaters on January 17th. Boardwalk Empire star Kelly MacDonald is joining the cast of HBO's Lanterns. That's right, the new DC show that's starring Aaron Pierre and Jon Stewart and Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan. So she is joining the cast there, which would be pretty interesting. We have the new trailer for Unstoppable. That's right, Gerald Jerome portrays Anthony Robles in Unstoppable, which premieres on Prime Video January 16th. The movie also stars Jennifer Lopez, Don Cheadle, Michael Pena, and Bobby Cannavale. We have the new poster for Better Man, which hits theaters on December 25th. That's Robbie Williams' biopic where he's betrayed by a CGI monkey. That's right, it is a musical biopic, and yeah, December 25th. Um, we have so last week, I believe right before we did last week's show, there was a Marvel kind of sizzle reel where they kind of broke down some first look footage of all the stuff coming to Disney Plus in like the next year. Well, we broke those videos down and have them kind of separated if you just want to watch little like minute chunks. So the first one we have is your first look at Daredevil Born Again, which hits Disney Plus on March 4th, 2025. So check that out because it's pretty awesome. We have your first look at Ironheart, which of course stars Dominique Thorne and Anthony Ramos. This premieres on June 24th over on Disney Plus. This is kind of following up Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Um, Let's see here. We have your first look at your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which premieres January 29th on Disney Plus. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II and Ben Kingsley star in Marvel's Wonder Man. That comes out in 2025, I believe in December. There's not an official release date yet, but it will be December of 2025. So check that out. And then, of course, we reposted the video where they're all kind of put together with a little Deadpool and Wolverine flair there. Marvel Zombies is also coming, and an animated Eyes of Wakanda. So lots of stuff there to get your eyes on in the Marvel world. After more than half a century at CBS in 2027, the Grammys will actually air on ABC, Hulu, and Disney Plus. So big move there. First reactions for John M. Chu's Wicked movie has audiences raving about the performances from Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, while also praising the movie's production quality. Yes, very high praise coming on the early word of Wicked, so a lot of people getting very excited there. Disney Plus launched a top 10 list. So now you can go on there and you can look at their top 10. They also have channels now. So you can kind of scroll through and see just kind of what Disney is deciding to stream. The other night I got on there and saw the little streaming channels and I jumped on and watched the final like half hour of like Revenge of the Sith from Star Wars. I kind of like when they have the little channels thing because sometimes you just don't know what to put on. So you throw on one of the channels. Why not? It's pretty cool there. Congratulations to Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. It has scored a full season order over on CBS. I'm still watching it. I think we're 3 episodes in now. I'm still not 100% sold on it, but I'm still watching it. It's okay. But congratulations. I'm glad it got picked up for a full season. Channing Tatum's new movie, Roofman, has landed an early October 2025 release date. This was big breaking news that John Krasinski is returning to star in Jack Ryan again, but this time not on Amazon Prime. This time it's for the movie. That's right. John Krasinski will return as Jack Ryan in a feature film for Amazon, which will have season two executive producer and director Andrew Bernstein set to helm the project. So I know a lot of people love that show. This was actually one of those rare shows that I never watched or got into, but I heard nothing but great things about. So I know a lot of people very psyched that he's going to come back and do a movie version here. Keira Knightley plays a badass action hero in the new Black Doves trailer. Idris Elba is set to star in a new trucker action movie called Hammer Down, and this is coming from the Oppenheimer producer Charles Roven. Dennis Leary oversees the Army's least important base in a new Fox comedy called Going Dutch, and we have the first trailer for that. Sex Lives of College Girls season 3 trailer has dropped. It premieres in November over on Max. The Family Plan sequel is moving forward. Mark Wahlberg and Michelle Monaghan are returning for the sequel to the Apple action comedy. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is set to star in Darren Aronofsky's new produced horror film called Pendulum. We officially got word that Deadpool and Wolverine will be hitting streaming on November 12th. So you're almost there, guys. Disney Plus, November 12th. I already bought this movie on VOD like a month ago. But for those of you waiting, streaming November 12th. We got a pretty cool picture up of the Yellow Jackets crew. If you've seen Yellow Jackets, you know it kind of has like a flashback to the kids when they were teenagers, and then it goes forward to when they're grown-ups. And this is a really cool Vanity Fair picture where they have the younger actresses sitting with the actresses that they're portraying um, with the older actresses. So it's pretty cool to kind of see the comparison with the younger and the older and seeing them together because you never see that in the show. So I really like this picture here for Yellow Jackets. We have the new trailer for Hard Eyes. It's a new Red Band teaser starring Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding. It's called Hard Eyes. I thought this sounded stupid, and then I watched the trailer, and it's a little teaser trailer. It's not even a minute long, and I'm down, man. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It comes out on Valentine's Day. Horror movie, let's go. Why not? We got your first full teaser trailer for Squid Game Season 2. This, of course, is streaming on Netflix starting on December 26th. Despicable Me 4 is now available to watch on Peacock. We have character posters for Nosferatu. That's right, posters with Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Aaron Taylor Johnson, William Defoe, and Emma Corrin, all each getting their own poster. Robert Eggers' new movie will be hitting theaters on Christmas. Um, the Gundam movie is moving forward as they just hired an director for the live action adaptation. So it's funny to me that this is moving forward now. Now that we got Voltron moving forward, they're like, let's get this Gundam one going. So, no shocker there. Paul W.S. Anderson going back to the world of zombies. That's right. He's moving on from Resident Evil, and now he's going to direct a movie version of House of the Dead. So, if you read the full article, he talks about what video game they're going to adapt. And yeah, so there you go, man. We'll see what he does with it. Ridley Scott is developing a new Alien movie, so that's interesting there. We don't know any other details there of which one he's doing. Three new Lego movies are in the works. One will be directed by Wonder Woman's Patty Jenkins, and supposedly these are going to be live action. I don't know what they mean by a live action Lego movie. Um, I don't know if it's just the wording and it's going to be like the other Lego movies, or if it's going to have more tied in with actual live action and animation. I do not know. Things are kind of under wraps, but three are in development over there. So there you go. Anthony Ramos and Ben Mendelsohn are set to star in a new New York City horror movie called Mole People. Mayfair Witches season 2 trailer has dropped for the AMC show's second season. The Roofman cast has added Lakeith Stanfield, Ben Mendelsohn, and Uza Aduba. Sylvester Stallone has officially did I say so? Sylvester Stallone has officially dropped out of the Cliffhanger reboot, but they're moving forward with it still, and they've kind of revamped the whole thing. This is really interesting because it was last year, I believe, that they said Stallone was coming back. He was going to do a reboot of Cliffhanger, kind of continuing the story. It was May of 2023, actually, when we reported that Stallone will reprise his role as Gabe Walker in a reboot of 1993's Cliffhanger. Stallone, though, has dropped out of the project and it has already started filming. So, where are we going with the project now? The new movie is being directed by Wam Colette Sarah instead of Rick Roman Waugh, who was originally going to do the Stallone one. Colette Sarah, of course, did 2005's House of Wax, 2014's Nonstop, 2016's The Shallows, 2021's Jungle Cruise, and 2022's Black Adam. The film is going to star Pierce Brosnan, which big change, right? He's going to play a seasoned mountaineer named Ray Cooper, while Lily James has been added to the cast and she'll be playing his daughter Naomi. The cast of the movie also includes Nell Tiger Free, Franz Rogorowski, Shubham Saraf, Assad Baub, Susie Bemba, and Bruno Gori. In the reboot of Cliffhanger, seasoned mountaineer Ray Cooper, played by Pierce Brosnan, and his daughter Sydney run a mountain chalet in the Dolomites. Um, the official synopsis reads that during a weekend trip with a billionaire's son, they are targeted by a gang of kidnappers, and Ray's older daughter, Naomi, played by Lily James, still haunted by a past climbing accident, witnesses the attack and escapes. To save her family, she must confront her fears and fight for survival in the Italian Dolomites. So there you go, man. New version here moving forward of Cliffhanger. No more with Stallone, but pretty good cast they assembled there. So curious to see what they do with it. A little sad that Stallone's not coming back. I love Cliffhanger. We have your first look trailer at Presence, which is Steven Soderbergh's new horror movie that stars Lucy Liu. So check out that trailer there. I thought it was just okay, but I hear the movie's actually pretty decent. So there you go. It's John C. Riley versus Steve Coogan in a new Shakespeare comedy called The Players. Tom Cruise looking to do another sequel, and this time it's for Days of Thunder. That's right. So Tom Cruise in talks with Paramount to develop a sequel to his 1990 NASCAR racing film Days of Thunder. I really like Tom Cruise and I appreciate most of his movies, but Days of Thunder is not one of them. So very shocked to see him go back to the well for that. But we'll see how it goes. We have a new sneak peek look at Silo season 2. This premieres November 15th on Apple TV Plus. We have your first look poster and trailer for the new Star Wars show Skeleton Crew. That's right, this is the latest Star Wars adventure. This is coming to Disney Plus on December 3rd. The poster is really cool. The trailer was a lot of fun. This looks very Goonies, E.T. It's got a very kid action vibe, but it's nice, man. This seems kind of refreshing. It's from John Watts, and I'm curious to see what he does with it. Man, Jude Law is in this thing, and I think this could be a new, fresh approach for Star Wars as a nice little palate cleanser before we go back to the movies. So I'm down, man. I can't wait to check this one out December 3rd. The Traitors season 3 will premiere January 9th, 2025 over on Peacock. An all-new Godzilla film is in the works from Toho and Godzilla Minus One writer, director, and VFX supervisor Takashi Yamazaki. So there you go, man. A lot of people getting excited for another Godzilla in that world. A Game of Thrones movie is in early development over at Warner Brothers. So nothing really set in stone yet. No details, just that they're working on a movie in that world. We have everything coming and going to your streaming guide. That's right. It is November. It is a new month. So we have everything coming to all your favorite streamers, your Hulus and your Maxes and your Disney Pluses and your Apple TVs and Amazon Primes, everything, everywhere, Netflix. Check it out. See what is coming in your world. Adam Driver, Jeremy Strong, and Anne Hathaway are all set to star in James Gray's next feature called Paper Tiger. Jason Bateman and David Harbour are getting involved in a new love triangle. The stars are set to topline an HBO dark comedy limited series called DTF St. Louis. Hey, I don't care what this is. Jason Bateman, David Harbour, I'm sold. I'll be definitely checking this one out. Will Ferrell is set to star in a new comedy called Street Justice that's coming in 20th Century. Will Ferrell's hitting the streets for a new comedy feature called Street Justice from director Peter Atencio that will center on a character who decides to deliver his own brand of justice. Hey, man, I love Will Ferrell, always down for a new project in his world. Chris Rock is attached to direct and star in a new feature called Misty Green. It's based on an original script from Rock and centers on a talented actress whose career has been stifled by her vices. American Speed, which is starring Tom Holland and Austin Butler. It's revving up its engines over at Amazon MGM Studios. The film follows two of the Whittington brothers who were involved in the IMSA scandal in the 1980s. Jared Leto, John Mulaney, and Lupita Nyong'o have signed on to star in Lunatic Heist, a dramedy caper that Kemp Powers will direct. Jamie Foxx, what had happened is his new special. This will be premiering globally on Netflix on December 10th. And yes, he will address his mystery medical complication that went down last year. So there you go. Jamie Foxx Netflix special. What had happened was. I love that title. Lanterns has added another casting, Garrett Dillahunt. He's one of those guys that you might not know his name, but when you see his picture, you're like, that guy. He's joining the DCU series in a major role. We don't know what it is, but it's a major role. Monkey Man's Dev Patel is set to play tennis pro in a crime movie called The Journeyman. Eddie Murphy reunites with Dreamgirls director Bill Condon for a George Clinton biopic movie. Kate Siegel and David Dasmachian are set to star in a new zombie movie called Epilogue. Russell Crowe is set to star in a Roman Empire movie called The Last Druid. Supergirl cast has added Eve Ridley to its DCU movie. We have the official trailer for Outer Banks Season 4 Part 2. This starts streaming on November 7th, so check that out. We have the official trailer for Sex Life of College Girls Season 3, which premieres November 21st over on Max. Let's see here. We also have your best streaming deals in November. Hulu plus live TV for $60 a month, $24 semi-annual Stars plan, whole bunch more, all the specials in one place for you. Um, Give me one sec here. Disney has ordered live action Vampirina and a girl band series, all for 2025. Days of Our Lives has been renewed for season 61 over at Peacock. FBI twist, Lisette Oliveira is exiting as a series regular ahead of her on-screen debut. Very interesting there, man. That's crazy. SNL's enlisted Bill Burr to host the first post-election episode. Dan Stevens is reuniting with Adam Wingard for his new action thriller Onslaught. So we talked about Eve Ridley getting cast in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. She will be playing Ruthie Mary. I don't know who this character is. Supposedly it's a big deal, and this is a big role. I don't even know who Eve Ridley is, but congratulations for landing this role. She must be pretty awesome to get that. So going back to Lego, so I got some other names for you. Lego developing those 3 live action movies with Patty Jenkins we talked about, but Jake Kasdan and Joe Cornish are the other directors that are doing the other 2. So stay tuned for more on that one there. Sweet Tooth showrunner Jim Mickle is going to be the director of that Gundam live action movie. Mark Wahlberg is set to star in Elegance Bratton's new crime thriller called By Any Means. I think he's going to co-star with Sterling K. Brown, which is awesome right there. Lucy Liu, Julia Fox, and Chris Sullivan all star in the official trailer for Steven Soderbergh's Presence. This hits theaters on January 17th. Black Doves, we talked about Keira Knightley. We got another new trailer for that one. The 6-episode spy thriller streams starting December 5th over on Netflix. Um, Sorry, I'm just looking through there. We'll skip all that stuff there. Lots of stuff coming to the streamers, so you definitely want to check out the streaming guide there for Max and Peacock and Paramount Plus and Apple TV and so much stuff coming and going. Um, Box office we already talked about. I'm going to kind of breeze through this a little bit. 24 best movies new to stream in November. So definitely want to check this one out here because there is a lot coming. Let me see if I have a better breakdown here. Deadpool and Wolverine, November 12th on Disney Plus. Twisters, November 15th on Peacock. The Substance, now streaming on Mubi, which we talked about earlier. Amelia Perez, November 13th on Netflix. Janet Planet, November 1st on Max. The Piano Lesson, November 22nd on Netflix. Blitz, November 22nd on Apple TV Plus. My Old Ass, November 7th on Prime Video. Hot Frosty, November 13th on Netflix. The Merry Gentleman, November 20th on Netflix. Our Little Secret, November 27th on Netflix. Spellbound, November 22nd on Netflix. Music by John Williams, a new documentary there, November 1st on Disney Plus. Beatles 64, November 29th on Disney Plus. Bread and Roses, November 24th or November 22nd on Apple TV Plus. Back to Black, the Amy Winehouse biopic, November 5th on Prime Video. Poolman, November 8th on Hulu. Thelma, November 15th on Hulu. Firebrand, November 22nd on Hulu. The Good Half, November 22nd on Hulu. Robot Dreams, November 26th on Hulu. The Dead Don't Hurt, November 1st on Paramount Plus. Larger Than Life, The Reign of the Boy Bands, November 15th on Paramount Plus. Sweethearts, November 28th on Max. So there you guys go. That is the full breakdown of all the new best streaming stuff coming this November. All right, The Black Phone has officially started production. The horror sequel is set to release in theaters on October 17th, 2025. Norman Reedus and Melissa McBride star in the teaser for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 3. The new season premieres on AMC and AMC Plus in 2025. We have the official teaser for Dark Wind Season 3. This premieres March 9th on AMC and AMC Plus. We have the official trailer for Joshua Oppenheimer's The End, which hits theaters on December 6th, starring Tilda Swinton, George McKay, Moses Ingram, and Michael Shannon. In some sad news, Quincy Jones passed away. That's right, the legendary music producer for film and television composer sadly passed away. Um, just kind of out of nowhere. But man, what a life Quincy Jones led. If you grew up in the 80s, the 70s, really, 80s, 90s, you knew Quincy Jones. You knew the shows he was involved in. You knew the music he was involved in. He is phenomenal and will definitely be missed. So rest in peace, Quincy Jones. All right. Everybody's been wondering what is going on with Clint Eastwood's Juror number two. It got released in very small, limited release, and then they were like, it's not going anywhere else. No wide release. It's not going anywhere else. And now they're saying the mystery's been solved, and it's quite simple. They made the movie to be a Max original. That's right. This was when this movie was made to go straight to Max as a Max original, but then they decided to put it in a very limited release. And then sometime between now and Christmas, this movie will hit Max. But it was something that was determined from the very beginning. It was discussed from Clint Eastwood with the studio. They knew what they were getting themselves into, and they all agreed. So there you go. So if you can't get around to a theater that's showing Juror number two, which most people can't, keep your eye out on Max. Outer Banks is going to end with season 5. That's right. Outer Banks has one more adventure left. Netflix and the show's creators announced that the show will end with a fifth and final season. Judy Greer, Sean Astin, Bryan Cranston, and John Goodman have all signed on to star in a new dark comedy feature called Chili Finger, which tells the story of a recently empty nested mother who discovers a human finger in her bowl of fast food chili. Squid Game creator teases a crazy season 2 and explains the decision to end the series with season 3. Orphan 3 is officially a go. That's right. Isabel Furman is going to be returning for the horror sequel. Superman, the digital release for the documentary on Christopher Reeve, is actually hit today on VOD. So if you're looking for it, you can now check it out. The Weeknd and Jenna Ortega have a new movie that they're doing, and it has been acquired by Lionsgate. Charlie XCX and John Malkovich have joined Sacrifice Cast for Joan of Arc movie. A new movie set in the universe of The Fly is actually moving forward. That's right, David Cronenberg's horror classic, The Fly. So they're saying it's not a direct sequel, but it does take place in that world. So I'm curious to see what they do with it. I love The Fly. Such a classic one right there. Bob the Builder movie. That's right, officially moving forward with Anthony Ramos. I believe Jennifer Lopez is in there. The movie has been acquired by Amazon MGM Studios. So there you go. Mandy Patinkin, Janet McTeer, and Danny Houston are all lined up for a Gilded Age murder mystery called The Artist. Um, Nicholas Braun, David Castandia, and O.T. Fagbani have joined the cast of Michael Covino's upcoming sex comedy Splitsville. The film also stars the previously announced cast of Dakota Johnson, Adria Arona, Covino, and Kyle Marvin. The movie has already wrapped production and is coming soon, so keep your eyes out for that. More Batman spin-offs are being explored, of course, because The Penguin is doing so damn well on HBO, so they want to do more set in that world. So we'll keep you posted on that. Daisy Ridley is set to lead a new action thriller movie called Dedication that's coming from the Casino Royale director. The Michael Jackson biopic has been delayed a little bit next year, was originally supposed to come out in April of 2025. It has now been pushed to October 3rd, 2025. A rampaging hippo destroys Louisiana swamplands in a new thriller called Hungry. Lucy Hale set to star in a new sci-fi movie called White Mars. Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick are set to direct a new horror movie with their own kids That's right, Travis and Sosie Bacon. They're going to make a family horror movie here, so I find that very interesting. Ryan Reynolds is writing a new movie that is going to reunite him with Hugh Jackman and Sean Levy. That's right, he is writing a new film that he says is a non-Marvel film. Non-Marvel. He's making something new that's going to reunite the three of them to work together. So, how can you hate on that, man? They have great chemistry. That's going to be awesome. And Christmas time is almost here. We have your guide to over 100 original movies coming in 2024, broken down by network and air date. So there you go for all you Christmas lovers out there. And on that note, my friends, that is the end of the road for me. That is the end of our show. I know we went a little bit over what we normally do. We're coming up in that 38-minute mark, but hey, it's all good, man. We got you caught up with the latest and the greatest. So let's get you on out of here. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark it. Everything you need is right on there. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, wherever you want to stream, you could find us. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, leave us a 5 star. Whatever you can do, it would really, really help us out. Subscribe over and give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Am I on the Air. Give us a follow on X. You could follow us at simply Am I on the Air. Follow me directly at DXDonMega. So make sure you check all that out. Everything I just went over, all the trailers, everything's right there on our X page, x.com/am I on the air. You don't even have to be a subscriber, but check it out, man, if you want to see any of the things we talked about. So on top of streaming or following us on X, you can follow us on those same handles over on Threads. You can also, of course, follow us along on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all simply at Am I on the Air. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros, always streaming our show on demand. Follow at Red Dragons Radio, all one word. Follow at Pop Culture_Pros. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that'll do it for me on this November the 5th. I hope you all have an amazing week. I'll probably be checking out the new film Heretic this weekend, hearing some good things, and it looks pretty cool. So why not, right? We got to get back to the movie theater, guys. But other than that, let's have an amazing week. We'll be back next week, same bad time, same bad channel. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragon!